Welcome to my channel Elemental Education. Today's video will be the continuation part of electricity, that is part 3. There are two more videos of part 1 and part 2. If you haven't watched those videos, please go to my channel Elemental Education in YouTube. Search for those two videos, watch it completely. I have given the notes over there. It will be easier for you. Remember the formulas and practice the questions, so it will be easier for you to understand this part 3 of electricity. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please go subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon. You will get the notification of the video in the first, and share with everybody, whoever is in the need, your friends, relatives, whoever are there. Please share the video with everybody. Thank you all. So we will be starting today's chapter, electricity part 3. In today's video, we will be going for domestic electric circuits, how it is connected, then electric power, then what is the unit of electric power, and what is commercial unit of electricity, and the heating effect of electricity. We know in our house we have all the wiring been done, so we get a electricity voltage of 220 volt, that is supply voltage we get from the electricity grid. Once we get the supply voltage, there is one main switch, we have meter. So from there we get wiring for all the appliances we connect in our house, maybe TV, AC, fridge, whatever we connect. We have so many plug points and we have so many switch boards. So how it is connected? Have you ever wondered why, how this wiring person, whoever does the electrician, how he is doing the wiring? Is he doing in series or in parallel? Series or parallel? So we have already studied in resistances in series and parallel, how they affect the voltage and how they affect the current. So just a small recap. So when we are connecting, suppose this is a load, this is a resistance, and this is another resistance, R1 and R2. So if these two resistances are connected in series, what happens? The current remains same. The current remains same. Then the voltage V drops. Suppose this R1 and R2 are same, then voltage across these two will be V by 2 and V by 2. Voltage drops equally. The current remains same. The current is not divided. Similarly, if we connect these two resistances in parallel, this is a voltage source. If these two resistances in parallel, then what happens? The current is divided, I1 and I2. But the voltage or the potential difference across these two loads will be same. So we are clear about what happens to current and voltage. Let us see, if I am connecting all my house, all the appliances in series, what will happen? First thing, first point will be like, you might have seen in the Diwali lights, or suppose you are going to any function, there will be some light decorations, right? The bulbs, electric bulbs, all are in series. All are connected in series. These are in series. Why? It will contain only one switch. For operation it will be easier. So it will contain one switch. That is why those people, they connect all the bulbs in series. But in our house, think of a scenario, we connect fan, light, geyser, TV, AC, everything into one connection. All are in series. Then what will happen? Series and parallel. See, series and parallel. Suppose I am connecting all the appliances in series, then one switch. If all are connected in series and there is only one single switch, it will be difficult. Suppose you are switching on the TV, everything is getting on, one switch. In parallel, we can operate in different switches. Different switches or individual appliances have individual switches. Second, in series, if everything is getting connected and one is getting fused, suppose one bulb is getting fused. Suppose one is fused, circuit is breaked. Circuit is break. But in parallel, if one is fused or one appliance is damaged, then rest all run. Third one, suppose everything is connected in series. So we know the resistances in series are added up. Like 1 ton AC we are putting. Similarly, 1000 watt of iron, 1000 watt of mixer, 250 watt of bulb, 500 watt of fridge. Like that we are adding up. So everything in series will get added up. So the load in our connection, in the main switch, whatever you say, it gets higher. The load in the connecting wire gets higher. So we know when there is a higher resistance, right, the wire gets heated up. So it will burn the circuit. So load is higher. Load is higher. Here individual load appears. Individual load appears. So it won't damage the circuit. So these are the advantages and disadvantages to connect the circuits in series and parallel. In all our house appliances, everything it is in parallel. So the conclusion is, our household appliances, everything is connected in parallel so that it won't be getting damaged. Now we'll be going for what is electric power. Let's see what is electric power. Suppose there is a conductor. This is a conductor. So conducting wire, there is a resistor. Okay, we are connecting to a potential difference V. This is a resistor R. So when there is a current carrying conductor, if a electric current is flowing in a conductor, it does some work here. Maybe it's a light bulb or maybe it's a resistance, it gets heated up. So what could be the definition? The amount of work done per unit time in a conductor by the electric current is known as electric power. So all these definitions I am giving you at the end of the video in the slides. So have patience. First you understand the concepts. Now how we define the power? Electric power. Electric power is work done per unit time. So this work done is, how much work is done? The potential difference across the conductor and the current flowing across it, V into I, is the work done. So now I will tell V or I. So we can replace in one term, like I we can replace by V by R. We already know V equal to IR. Ohm's law. In Ohm's law we know V equal to IR. I is the constant resistance. So V equal B into, we will replace B by R. So otherwise we can say V square by R. So electric power is V square by R. V by I, V square by R. Similarly, we can replace this V equal to IR. So this is one notation, this is second notation. Third notation is, if I am replacing this V by this one, so it will be I square R. How? V equal to IR. So I square R. So these three formulas, just remember, it will be useful for all the numericals related to electric power. So what is the unit of electric power? The SI unit of electric power is watt. W-A-T-T, watt. So we know you have discussed in the starting first video. I have told you to go and check any appliances. There will be specifications like voltage, how much voltage rating, current rating, and how much power. Suppose we already know unit time, right? That is per second. So work done is in joules per second. Work done will be in joules, and that is per second. So joules per second, that is equal to watt, 1 watt. So 1 joules per 1 second is 1 watt. So now I'll tell you, suppose there is a specification like 250 watt motor is there. The power rating is given as 250 watt. That means this motor is using 250 joules of energy per 1 second. If I run for 1 second, 250 joules of energy is used. Similarly, if I run for 20 seconds into 20, 250 into 20, it will come as 5000 joules. The electricity board, they cannot calculate the power or the energy consumption in joules. It will be difficult because you cannot calculate how many seconds you are running a fan, how many seconds you are running a TV. We cannot calculate that way. So how we are doing? There is a commercial unit, because the commercial unit is known as kilowatt hour. Why? Because the power consumption cannot be calculated, the work done per unit time cannot be calculated in seconds. That is why it is calculated in hour. How many hours you are using. So what is the unit of 1 kilowatt hour? What is the value of 1 kilowatt hour here? The value of 1 kilowatt hour equal to 1 kilowatt hour equal to 1 kilowatt is known as 1000 watts. 1000 watts into 1 hour is 3600 seconds. So what is the value here? 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 kilowatt hour equal to 1 kilowatt watt seconds. 1 watt equal to 1 joule per 1 second into second. So this is joules. So this is the energy consumption. We calculate the energy consumption this way. Now we know this is the commercial unit. This is the commercial unit. So you might have noticed when you are getting an electricity bill every month, right, from electricity board, you can see you have a how many kilowatt hours. Suppose they are saying 3 units or 300 units you are using. They are calculating that 300 units you have used in this month. So 300 units is 300 into, suppose 1 unit is 5 rupees. So they will calculate the bill like that. I am saying the simpler way. They will calculate the bill like 1500 you have consumption is 1500 rupees. So you have to pay this amount. So how they have calculated this 300 is 300 kilowatt hour you have used. So 300 into this much, it will be a very huge amount of energy you have used. What is heating effect of electricity? Heating effect of electricity. So guys, what is heating effect of electricity? Now we have understood when there is a current flow in a conductor, it transforms to some other energy, like we are connecting to a motor, then it will rotate. So that is mechanical energy. Similarly, you are connecting to a light bulb, it glows up, so it's a light energy. Similarly, when we are connecting to high resistance materials, like we have already studied nichrome coil. Suppose we are flowing a current across this nichrome coil. This is a coil, suppose we are flowing a current I. So this will get heated up. Why? This is made of copper up to this. This is made of nichrome. So this copper is a good conductor, whereas this is a higher resistance. If you are not understanding, please watch my second video. I have already explained. Depending on the electric conductivity, we have divided the materials into resistance, conductor and insulators. So these resistors, right, these are higher, they offer this kind of materials, they are alloys. They offer higher resistance. This high resistance gives to heat energy. So where we are using this? I have already told you in the last video that these resistances are used to decrease the flow of electric current. So if you are decreasing the flow of electric current, then the byproduct is heat energy. This heat energy where you will be using? We are using irons, right? To press our clothes. We are using water heaters. So, and even induction cookers. So what they have? They have a coil inside it. This is a nichrome coil. They have a very big coil inside it. This produces heat. That heat energy is used for our daily purposes. Now, how we will calculate what is the heat energy? So, when there is a electricity flow in a coil of nichrome, suppose this is a nichrome coil, okay, there is a current flowing I across it. So, there must be some work done by this electric current. So, work done is given by flow of charges into potential difference across it. How? See, this electric current is what? Electric current is nothing but flow of charges Q per unit time. Now, what makes this electric current to flow? This potential difference across this point A and B, when we are giving a potential difference of 220 volt or whatever it be. So, this makes the electric current to flow across it. Now, W is the work done or the energy spent. Now, I will tell you W is equal to Q into V. Now, work done is Q by V, V equal to IR, Q into V equal to IR, Q into I into R. There is one more derivation. This one you can note, this one 1, this is 2. You can note this way. Now, we can substitute. There will be one more I square RT. How? See, this R is constant. Okay. Q is equal to I by I into T. How? We know current is I equal to, what is the definition of electric current? The number of charges flow per unit time. So, what is Q? I into T. See, I into T into I into R. Because we know from this formula work done is this one, Q into IR. Now, substitute the values. What will be the formula? I square R into T. So, these are three formulas you remember. One is W equal to Q equal to Q into V. Q into V, first one. Second one is W equal to Q into IR. Third one is W equal to I square RT. Now, if I give you one question, see, if I am giving you one question like this, small question, see. This is a coil or this is a resistance R. This resistance is 100 ohms. There is a current I. This current is of 2 ampere and it flows for 20 seconds. The question is, I am passing a current across it. This is of suppose 220 volt. I am passing a 2 ampere current through a resistance of 100 ohm and it is going for 20 seconds. So what is the work done or how much energy is spent? Simple, we can use this formula. I is 2, so 2, I is 2, 2 square, R is 100 ohm, 100, T is 20 seconds. So 4 into 100 into 20. What will be the value? 2 4 is 8, Okay, so 8000 joules. 8000 joules. Now, this way we can solve any questions. In our CBSE board exams, you will be given questions, this kind of questions will be of 2 marks or maximum 1 or 2 marks. You can see MCQ type of questions will be there. So solve this, remember these formulas. Remember the formula of voltage, current and power and this energy spent in heating effect. So these chapters are quite important. So guys, we are done with our electricity chapter. Please watch these 3 videos completely, understand. If you have any doubt, please go and comment in the comment section in my video. So I'll just try to help you out over there. And follow my channel. I'll be uploading 2 or 3 more videos on the numericals of all these topics we have studied in this electricity chapter, right? So we'll be doing those numericals also. Prepare and note the notes. I have given the notes in each video. Please copy those notes. Remember the formulas. Practice this thoroughly. It will be easier for you. And moreover, go and subscribe my channel. It will be easier for you to get my notification, my new videos notification, and share with everybody and like the videos. Thanks for today. Thanks and bye bye.